Yesterday, the men's hockey team at about this time created history by winning the bronze medal by defeating Germany. Today, will it be the women's hockey team? At this point, we're getting you the latest updates, and India is in the lead against Great Britain. The third quarter is underway. The score currently is at 3-2. India scored 3 goals, and in the second quarter, towards the end, is when India managed to take the lead. So it's been a great match for India so far. We are at the dominating position with a lead of 1 goal. Let's hope that we stick to that lead. I'll even be greedy and ask for more goals from India, so there is a greater lead. But at this point, the score is at 3-2, and India will be pushing to ensure that it stays that way. It could unfortunately become 3-all. There's a referral that's going on over a goal that was scored by Great Britain. So if that is something that's been challenged already by India, and if the umpire gives it to India, it will mean that India still has that lead. But let's see what really transpires. Right now, the umpire is taking a call. And let's listen in to what the family members of Gurjit Kaur have to say. Gurjit has scored 2 goals so far in this match.
आज टोक्यो ओलंपिक में खेल लिया, कैसा लग रहा है कि सुविधाएं भी कम है, लेकिन इसके बावजूद भी आपकी बेटी ने देश और गांव का नाम रोशन किया?
बहुत बहुत ज्यादा ही मुश्किल दे नाल इत्थों तक ही गुरजीत कौर नूं पहुंचाया। सच्ची का खालसा
कितनी मेहनत की है गुरजीत कौर ने यहाँ तक पहुंचने के लिए, क्योंकि महिलाएं औरतें आज टोक्यो ओलंपिक में खेल रही हैं और आपकी बेटी भी उसमें शामिल और पहले गोल दागे।
गुरजीत कौर ने बहुत ही मेहनत की है खेडण वास्ते। ये मेहनत खेडण दे नाल ही इत्थों तक पहुंची। मेहनत दा उन्होंने भी फल मिला।
परिवार की कितनी सपोर्ट रही है, क्योंकि परिवार
की ज्यादा सपोर्ट रही परिवार दी सपोर्ट दे नाल ही इत्थों तक पहुंची है। इकल्ले नहीं भेजा ना, सारे परिवार ने सलाह दे नाल ही भेजा है।
उस दिन भी आपकी आंखों में आंसू आए थे जब अर्जेंटीना से मैच हारे थे, लेकिन आज जब गोल किए हैं गुरजीत कौर ने, फख्र हो रहा है अपनी बेटी पे और इस देश पे कि गुरजीत कौर इस देश के लिए खेल रही है।
हाँ जी, देश वास्ते खेल रही है, बहुत ज्यादा देश वास्ते। देश नूं इत्थों तक देश नूं गुरजीत कौर ने पहुंचाया। देश अपने नूं रोशन ना करना चाहती है गुरजीत कौर।
तो अरदास कैसे गुरजीत कौर का स्वागत करेंगे कि टोक्यो ओलंपिक से जब वापस आएगी, किस हिसाब से स्वागत करेंगी?
सारे परिवार ही आपां करांगे, बहुत ही खुशी मनावांगे। साडे नाल सज्जन मित्र जिन्ने भैन भरा सारे ही ओदी स्वागत करांगे।
सबसे बड़ी बात कितनी, क्योंकि जब मेहनत कोई करता है तो सबसे पहले कितनी उम्र में गुरजीत कौर ने हॉकी को पकड़ा था और आपका उस समय रिएक्शन क्या था?
15-16 साल दी ही ਜਦੋਂ ਦੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਹਾਕੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੈ ਗਈ, ਉਦੋਂ ਦੀ ਹੀ ਖੇਡਣ ਲੱਗੀ।
तो गुरजीत कौर की बहन श्वेता भी हमारे साथ मौजूद है, हम उनसे ही बात करेंगे। कैसा लग रहा है आज गुरजीत कौर ने?
अच्छा माहौल लग रहा। गुरु रामदास जी बाबा बुੱਢਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ने बहुत कृपा की है। गुरजीत कौर ने निके जे पिंड दा बहुत ਵੱਡਾ नाम रोशन किया। देश इंडिया दा बहुत ज्यादा बहुत मन खुश है। रिश्तेदार सज्जना मित्रां दा भैन भरावां दा साथ संबंधियां दा संजोग बड़ा ही करदा। गुरजीत होणां नूं बड़ा प्रेम प्यार ही उन्हां दा भैन भरावां नाल बड़ा तेज ही। उन्हां दा दोनों भैणां खेडदियां ही। कहने गुरजीत कौर जित के इंडिया की टीम नाम रोशन करे। साडी भैन
मेहनत को किस हिसाब से देखते हैं जो गुरजीत कौर द्वारा की गई है? छोटी उम्र में उसने हॉकी का दामन थामा था, किस हिसाब से मेहनत?
बहुत मेहनत की उसने। बहुत शौक ज्यादा सी कि मैं कुछ बनूंगी अपनी जिंदगी दे विच, बनना चाहूंगी, बन के दिखाऊंगी अपनी इंडिया नूं, अपने पिंड वासियों नूं, पंजाब नूं, भैन भरावां नूं, सज्जना मित्रां।
अगर मैच की बात करें तो पिछले 3 मैचों में ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ, अर्जेंटीना के साथ और आज गुरजीत कौर ने ही पहले गोल दागे हैं। किस हिसाब से मेहनत को देखते हैं कि गुरजीत कौर अब गांव में जब आएगी तो किस हिसाब से उसका स्वागत करेंगे?
खुशी रिश्तेदार सज्जन मित्र बुलावांगे, घर में प्रोग्राम करांगे, खुशी मनावांगे, सम्मानित करके गुरजीत कौर नूं घर लियावांगे।
तो आगे
So that is Gurjit Kaur's family. She scored 2 goals so far for India. Unfortunately, right now, the score is at 3-all. Great Britain has managed to equalize against India. So it's a 3-all. It's very clear that this is going to be a high-scoring game. Much like what we saw yesterday in the men's hockey team in the fight for bronze. This time too, it's very clear this is going to be down to the wire. It's going to be a nail-biting finish. Let me take this across to Siddhant Maheshwari. He's joining us live from the newsroom with all the updates. Siddhant, clearly it's going to be a high-scoring encounter already right now. It's a 3-all. We're in the third quarter, keeping our fingers crossed that India manages to take a lead. We just got a penalty shootout, but that didn't really convert to a goal.
Yeah, unfortunately Gurjit Kaur missed this time, but as we are talking about, Great Britain have equalized. It's 3-3 right now, and the match is heading right down to the wire. The third quarter has still not ended, so there's quite a bit of time left in this games, and hopefully India can now manage to defend, because right now Britain have been mounting a lot of pressure on the Indians. They have been attacking constantly. Even right now they were in our D and somehow India defended well. India, in fact, before the goal even went, before Great Britain even scored, India had considered a penalty corner where Savita Punia pulled off another good save, and then the defender put the ball away from the D. So right now, it's as it stands, it's 3-3, and if it stays 3-3, Akshita will head into a shootout like we saw in the Australia and the Belgium game for the gold medal yesterday in the men's event. So that'll be another thing to watch out for if this game if the game ends 3-3 or 4-4 for that matter.
A goal or two even to ensure that we take the lead again. It's right now at 3-all. Both sides are pushing aggressively to ensure that they can take the lead. Great Britain also is pushing very, very hard. India is fighting back with all our might. The women in blue doing us so very proud at this point in this match. You know, things are changing by the second, by the minute. We're all tracking the updates very closely on our screens also. So I'm getting you updates as I'm watching the match right now, so that you're up to speed also with all that's happening. Our reporters are also tracking the latest from the homes of these players. And I want to take this across to Aishwarya Paliwal. She's also joining us live from a player's home. Aishwarya, take it away. Where are you? What is the mood like? Because right now the score is equal. It's a 3-all, both India and Great Britain.
Well, let me tell you one thing which is happening at Neha Goyal's house, and it's rather interesting. You know, one person is living the dreams. Neha Goyal on the screen, there in the Olympics, fighting to win that medal. In fact, her sisters now are the ones who are practicing here in the house, so you can clearly see what is happening. You know, one person is living the dream, one person's toil, tears, other is what is making sure that India fights so badly and India wants that medal. And here in her house are these young girls, the ones who have started with the hockey stick, and this is the very same hockey stick with which Neha used to practice, and now her little cousin has picked up the hockey stick with big dreams in her eyes. She too wants to make sure that she gets selected in the hockey team and she plays for the country one day. So, you know, in Neha's house, definitely young girls are now making sure that they fly and they also hoist the Indian flag someday and make the country proud. Akshita.
Right. Let me also take this across to our other reporters who are with us. I have Anisha Mathur, who's getting us the latest from Captain Rani Rampal's house. Rani's family members, knowing that this is going to be a tense 1.5 hours, another less than 30 minutes ready to go for the match to end, have said and requested the media to stay out while they watch the match and then after perhaps react to whatever the result is. Very tense right now, I'm sure, Anisha, the mood around you, because of the fact that Britain's managed to equalize. It's the third quarter, we still have some time to go, but I'm sure the family members are very, very nervous.
Yes, Akshita, I'm going to ask my camera person to sort of focus on the window. We're sort of getting a window into what is happening inside the house. We're outside the house, and you can see on your screen now what's happening inside. There are family members, there are relatives who are inside. They're watching the match. There's like 3 layers of chairs which have been put in and a sofa that's been put in. Relatives, well-wishers, family members, they're all inside. They're watching the match. Every ooh, ah, cheer is very clearly audible to us outside, and we're also following the match on the basis of the sounds and the cheers that we hear from Rani's house as well as the neighborhood. I'm going to ask my camera person Nasser to also pan and show you some of the neighbors are standing outside just watching the spectacle here instead of watching the match. But from every house in this lane, you can hear the sounds of a very, very interested, very, very excited crowd watching the match today. We're in the last few minutes of the third quarter. There's one more quarter to go. At the moment, the score is 3-all. It's been a very tense few minutes in this third quarter as both teams are trying their hardest. There have been penalty corners, there have been scrimmages, and it is very, very interesting to watch. Even if we can't see the reaction of the family here, we can hear everything from outside here, and the entire country is watching with bated breath. We're waiting to see what happens next as we go into the last few minutes of the third quarter. Back to you.
Right, and let me take this across also to Shreya Chatterjee. She's joining us live from Savita Punia's house. Shreya, you know, Savita has become a household name of sorts. Even in this game, incredible saves that Savita has really pulled off and ensured that, you know, Britain doesn't take the lead over India. What's the mood at her house? You were speaking to her father also earlier.
Well, absolutely so. You know, as you can see the mood of the house, everyone is watching the match with excitement, and definitely there have been twists and turns as the match has been going forward. And we have spoken with Savita Punia's father earlier as well, and he's very excited and he cheered for the team, not just for Savita. However, as you rightly pointed out, that Savita has become a household name by the way she has performed in this particular Olympics. We'll try and speak to some of the family members who are watching the match right now. Excitement कितनी है, मैच चल रहा है और जैसे कि Savita is a household name right now, क्या कहेंगे आप?
बहुत एक्साइटमेंट है जी मैडम, बहुत एक्साइटमेंट है और हमें पूरी उम्मीद है हमारी टीम हमारी उम्मीद के ऊपर खरा उतरेगी और हमारी टीम कांस्य पदक जरूर लेके आएगी।
सविता को ऐसे स्क्रीन पे देखते हुए कैसा लग रहा है आपको?
अच्छा लग रहा है। फिर एक
That was Savita Punya's mother. As you heard her, they're all very excited. They're all watching the match. They're glued on their television screens and they're praying that India wins today. Over to you.
Right, Shreya, do stay on with us. Our reporters there telling us what's the mood at these players' homes. Such a big moment for all of these players at the Olympic stage, the biggest stage for their families too, who've sacrificed so much. Their hard work, their sacrifices has ensured that these girls can do us proud at the Olympic platform. So it's so important to get their voices as well. And these moments of the match is so tense for them. They all are so nervous, fingers crossed that the result goes our way. Right now, it's a 3-all. But the women in blue, they've had a very interesting Olympic campaign. In the beginning of this journey, if anyone had said that they're actually going to be fighting Great Britain for a bronze medal, nobody would have believed them because of the fact that they had a very bad start to the Olympic campaign. And then somewhere along the way, really picked it up. Let's take a look at the Olympic journey so far for the Indian women's hockey team. It started off on a very, very bad note. The first match was against Netherlands, very strong team, but India lost 1-5. And it looked like, you know, things weren't simply going our way. The second match also wasn't a great performance. It was an under-par performance, and that's why we again lost 0-2 to Germany. After that, match 3, again India didn't do well. The women in blue against Great Britain, who we're playing right now, we lost 1-4. But after that, somewhere things seem to have turned. It looks like there was introspection and things turned in the fourth match, where finally India beat Ireland 1-0. Then you had India versus South Africa, India winning 4-3, a win by really the barest of margins. And then you had the match that, you know, everyone spoke about. India versus Australia, India winning 1-0 and knocking out tournament favourites Australia from the match. We were then fighting it out for gold against Argentina. Unfortunately, Argentina won 2-1. So right now, we're fighting it out for the bronze medal against Great Britain. As I mentioned earlier, we've lost to Great Britain, but at that time, we weren't in the sensational form that we are in right now. The latest updates. Here's a look at the reactions that have been pouring in from family members also.
खुशी का माहौल है, सभी यही चाह रहे हैं कि भाई मेडल आए और डर भी है थोड़ा कि हार ना जाए। क्या करेंगे? हम तो यही दुआ करेंगे कि भाई जीत जाए और मेडल आए।
दिल की धड़कनें जो हैं वो ऊपर नीचे हो रही है, यही है। हम तो भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हैं और वो क्या पूरा देश ही कर रहा है, ताकि ये तो सेमीफाइनल में ही हो जाना चाहिए था, ताकि ये नौबत ही नहीं आती। अगर ये मेडल लेके इसमें तो विजयी होकर आए और मेडल लेके आए, देश का नाम रोशन करे और स्टेट का नाम रोशन करे।
आज हम लोग को यही उम्मीद है कि हमारी दीदी 3rd प्लेस के लिए खेलेंगे और उसके बाद में हमारी दीदी गोल्ड मेडल लेने नहीं लाए, कोई टेंशन नहीं, लेकिन हम लोग की ब्रॉन्ज मेडल लेके ही आएंगे।
आज सलीमा बेटी ठीक से खेली और ठीक से खेल के तीसरी प्राइज लाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, तो लाइन के उमन आबाए।
बेटी आज खेल रही है, पूरा महिला टीम खेल रही है, चांस लेके जरूर आएगी, मेरा पूरा विश्वास है। जैसे पुरुष टीम जीत गया, उसी तरह महिला टीम भी जीतेगी।
कैसा लग रहा है बेटी को खेलते देखते
बड़ी खुशी लग रहा है, बहुत गौरवित महसूस कर रहे हैं।
बहुत अच्छा माहौल है। क्या उम्मीद है? बहुत अच्छी उम्मीद है जी। हमारे गुरु साहब भी कहते हैं निश्चित कर अपनी जीत करो, लास्ट तक हमारी टीम बढ़क बनाई रखेगी। अरे बोले सोनिहाल, सत श्री अकाल, जय भारत, जय इंडिया।
जो काम आता था वो कर लेते थे, इसके पापा कुछ नहीं करते थे। लेकिन फिर मेरी बेटियां सरकारी स्कूल में पढ़ती थी, एक लड़की ले गई ग्राउंड में, तो उसने प्रीतम ने खिलाने लग गई थी। सवेरे 4 बजे उठती थी, 5 बजे ग्राउंड में जाती थी, कभी 9 बजे आती थी, कभी 10 बजे आती थी, शाम को फिर जाती। लेकिन साथ मेरा प्रीतम ने दिया है, जो कुछ देती थी वो ही देती थी, मेरे पास कुछ नहीं था।
प्रीतम उनकी कोच है?
हाँ जी।
स्ट्रगल बहुत किया है सर जी, उन्होंने बड़ी मेहनत की है। सुबह हम सो के भी नहीं उठते थे, वो ग्राउंड में जा चुकी होती थी। खूब देखा, 2 बार तो उनके हाथ में फ्रैक्चर आया, 1 बार पैर में फ्रैक्चर आया बॉल हॉकी लगने से। चोट खूब खाई, फिर भी खेलना नहीं छोड़ा उन्होंने। आज आपके आगे है जी, देश के आगे है वो नतीजा उनकी मेहनत का।
So we'll continue getting you all the live